Have a good day, teacher. We are group 2. In this presentation, we will clarify the answers of 5 questions. Our presentation is divided into 6 parts. 6 parts. Okay. And first of all, I want to introduce members of our group. They are Nguyễn Thị Khánh Huyền on 106 and Nguyễn Thị Khánh Huyền 205. Nguyễn Thị Hồng Hà and Phan Thị Phương Nga and Phan Thị Thanh Huyền, and the last is Võ Thị Hải Lâm. Without making the letter wait any longer, I will begin the first question presented by Nga.
Question 1. What life event do you think has the most lasting effect on the person's identity? Explain your reason. Is it related to President Ho Chi Minh when he went to find a way to save the country? During his political career, he also had many different names and pseudonyms, which according to some documents can be up to 117 names. Under the condition of secret operation, Ho Chi Minh had to change his name many times to ensure the safety of his life. In addition, Ho Chi Minh changed both his job and appearance to make it easier to carry out revolutionary activities. Because of that, until now, the story of Ho Chi Minh has been recorded in the book, The Iliad and Pseudonym of President Ho Chi Minh. What shows that person's identity is very important. That person's identity can affect their life. It can also be beneficial or harmful, and a person's identity can last a lifetime. Even this very personal information is very important. Is enough information to identify a person, including at least the following information: full name, date of birth, occupation, title. Therefore, please know how to protect personal information as well as your identity. That's the end of question 1. The next question presented by Thanh Huyền.
Question 2 was some people more willing to try something new than others. People in the Philippines are want to stay in their comfort zone, but they can also choose to change and discover new things. So what to do? They are willing to venture outside of the comfort zone in search of new experience, and eager trying new things. They expect to be better version of themselves. There are also more interesting things to do in life. The first, discover new hobby, discover new passion, challenging yourself to become more resilient and stronger. Learn new things in the outside world to expand your knowledge. Discover the idea of life that are right for you. Explore the world to gain more life experience. Find the idea of life that are right for you. There are people who have a strong will and are willing to try new things regardless of whether they are good or bad for them. Dangerous or difficult, but they are also always willing to accept new experience in order to discover themselves and find new things rather than accept what is in front of them. They have a lot of free time as young people and are eager to try new things. You can easily discover the world, see yourself improve every day, and feel more fulfilled in life if you dare to step outside of the comfort zone. So I finished the second question. Next will be Hồng Hà presentation.
Question 3. In addition to crime scene, what are other places and situations in which the reliability of
of biometric identification might be useful. Places where bioidentification can be useful: companies, hospital, bank, school, public place in general. Situation: use of biometric in electronic devices such as smartphone. Use voice biometric to authenticate and prevent fraud in banks and business. Facial recognition and fingerprint biometric increase security for transaction and payment with banks. Attend students then by face recognition, also known as Face ID. Currently, the world has developed biometric to identify people along with growth of the population and mobile device. We are starting to rely on the privacy of the individual. Now, person identity has become an essential part necessary for many fields. In addition to crime scene, what are other places and situations in which the reliability of biometric identification might be useful, like public? Use biometric in electronic devices such as smartphone. Common form of biometric are fingerprint scanning and facial recognition. If we forget the password, we can scan the finger or check the face to unlock. Use biometric to authenticate and prevent fraud in business and bank. Custom forget some pre-registered information such as identity question. In Korea, identity make traditional verification method very easy to fake. Many cases of fraudsters using fake identity card to withdraw money or even trade fake passbook. However, with facial authentication and fingerprint biometric, their risks have been controlled from very beginning. Face ID is an advanced system that uses recognition technology to determine the admission of students to school. Let me turn now to Khánh Huyên 106.
The question 4 is how important it is to protect your identity in this digital age. Whenever you use social media, send a text message or post an article online, you reveal your identity online. Thus, online identity may not be the same as your real-world identity. It means what your friends, parents, and teachers already know about you. Communicating with different people, the parts of the fun of life online. However, they all have both positive and negative sides. The first is positive. On the positive side, the online world has many opportunities to interact and share with others. People can easily find information about you. Individuals using online identities for everyday tasks such as government benefits, education, bank accounts, and booking medical appointments. Users can connect and interact with friends, family, and community more and more conveniently. The last can easily update new news, these are situation. The second is on the negative side. It is a plague that is not called temporary and cannot take back its main recover. It is very easy for others to copy, share, and forward your information to anyone. Many crowds for you forgot still exist and can leak your information. The last is many hackers and bad guys attack your page, causing you to lose information or have it imprinted important information stolen. Therefore, the importance of identity protection is very important. If we do not have the right protection measures, It will create favorable conditions for criminals to take advantage of and commit illegal acts with a potential information security risk. The final question was presented by Khánh Nguyên 205.
Question 5. What factor do you think might influence your self-identity in the future? From my point of view, my self-identity will be influenced by the following factor. The social aspect is the first. People will follow new trends without paying attention to their own identity as the global become more developed and advanced. Countries tend to integrate internationally over time. If I don't want to merge into the crowd, I must listen to myself to solidify my own identity. The second factor comes from within myself. My parents will no longer be able to lead me in the future, and I will have to develop my own identity. Despite their social standing, my friends are adored by a large number of individuals. They are one of a kind, fascinating, well-dressed, and so on. If I don't want to be a duplicate of them, I must create my own particular identity. Nothing will be able to stop me if I have the confidence to assert my own identity. Furthermore, in this technology era, expressing one identity is essential. Today, robots have several distinguishing characteristics and can resemble humans to a rate greater than 90%. I need to put more effort into developing my own identity if I don't want to be replaced and erased. Finally, is conclusion.
Finally, John mentioned book titles so that you are born an original, don't die a copy. We shall be inhabitants of community in the future, but we must have our own identity. Just let everyone have their own a different fingerprint than another. Then that brings us to the end of the presentation. Thank you for all such an attentive audience.